Hello, my name is Jared Betts. I'm an artist, and we're here at Brine Fine Art Gallery, and my show title is Ethereal Delirium. Brine Gallery is located in the new Three Sisters buildings on Foundry Street, and it's in Moncton by the waterfront, where there's rising tides and a tidal bore. What I like about this space is that we've been needing in Moncton a nice contemporary gallery space for a long time, and this provides that. The Three Sisters buildings are really new, and we've got a really great look and going for this contemporary aspect that just really showcases the art very well. Nice white walls, really good architecture. The name of the show is Ethereal Delirium. So I guess I'll talk about the newest works that I've done. And the inspiration was zebras, really love zebras. And I also am inspired by cobras. I find that cobras are a really interesting snake. I find they're very bold, so I'm trying to channel cobra energy with being bold and fierce with my new works. I'm very inspired by abstract expressionism of the 50s and the 60s, and some of the works have little dormice that are floating through the abstract. I had to hiccup. Okay, so I incorporated the zebra pattern, and then I put snakes with polka dots over them, or Alice in Wonderland. And it was just very me. I feel like I've worked on different bodies of works, and I keep finding my palette even more. So I love neon and pastel, and I have a background in animation and illustration. So although I do a lot of abstract art, I still love to go back into figurative aspects, and also very into like signs or animals turned into like a shadow, and being able to look at what you're seeing and instantly be able to tell what it is with a silhouette. And I also really like little mice. I find them really cute, especially the ones that are in Disney films. So I love different aspects of comics or graphic novels where it's not specifically the main theme of what's happening. So the aesthetics of art or illustration or animation, like if something is happening and there's stars, or like a poof and there's all this explosion. So in one of the scenes there's a mouse falling and there's all these things happening with it, and it's got these fireworks and stars and this cute mouse that's falling, and the mouse looks like it's ethereal delirium and or drunk or something. So I really like intoxicated animals. So for the opening night, this work and this show specifically is very pivotal because I'm in a big transition of moving out of my house that I've had for 4 years, which I thought was my forever house, and kind of going back to my roots of traveling, doing different projects. And it was so exciting to have this opportunity to have a new show in this mix of time. Excuse me. Because since I sold my car, I was like, why don't I get a limo and get my friends and come here in a limo? So I did that, and that was really exciting because usually before a show, I'm like meditating in the bath for like 4 hours and like getting ready to be around a lot of people, because it's so different, the different stages of being an artist. You create the work in solitude like a monk or a nun, and it's very alone. And in many senses, you have to feel your own energy and be alone to do all these things. But then the opening is like full on, like celebration, like a marriage or a birthday. And so that's why I would usually just be in the bathtub. But now I'm leaving the forest and I'm embracing change. And I wanted my friends with me. So instead of being in the bath and like being nervous, I was like listening to club tracks from the 90s in a limo with a lot of nice ladies and videographer Matt and my friend Josh from Paris, Dominique, Katie, Bridget, Joanna, Katie. It was great. It was just so fun. And so we got here and we were like, wow, this is so fun. Go from the club music into my gallery, and like the vibes were high. It was just like really great energy. And then it was probably the most people that attended one of my shows. So that felt really good. My family was here. My cousins were here. A lot of friends, collectors, different people I didn't even know. And I'm just very thankful to Bright & Brine and Catherine for organizing it. It was so fun. It was just so great. The color was really bright. The lighting was perfect. The mood was perfect. It was like Cinderella turning into the getting ready for the ball. So when people come to my shows, specifically with this body of work, even though it's all from different times, the new work I find goes seamlessly in with the older work. It's all within the same vein. But what I really want people to see is not just the color, but the technique and how the work was made. For me, obviously there's a lot of conceptual aspects to it as well, but I think a big process and things that I like about seeing artwork is how it was made. So like the actual application of paint. I do a lot of different techniques with brushes, with palette knives, with explosions, exploding paint in my underwear in a rainstorm, you know, just like the usual kind of application of paint. Yeah, a lot of different techniques, a lot of different types of paint. Like spray paint mixed with acrylic paint, I think is a really great marriage of applications and contexts. And I want people to see the background that I have with school, with animation, with illustration, with graffiti. I'm no longer trying to stick just within a box. I want to be outside of the box, and kind of like the genre would be hard to pinpoint because all of these different things that go into it. If it was to be genre specific, I'd say it would be neo abstract expressionism, because with neo it's like something new. It's a revitalization of the past based on historical concepts. Like I really love Monet and Matisse, Pollock, just all of the masters, Basquiat, Keith Haring, and all of these people are influences, but you could see some of the influences within the work, but also there's so much new stuff that I'm into, like anime and cyberpunk revolutions and just neon and pastel. There's so much that has happened since the 50s and 60s, like the 80s. The colors of the 80s were very influential, especially being a skateboarder in the 80s and the early 90s, just those bright colors. I think it really simplifies things that are new and bright, and I want people to feel uplifted. Although some of the themes that I may go into are like deep and dark and different things, I still think that art should really excite people, and And that's something else that I would like to go into. It doesn't always have to be like a beautiful image, but it can be shared in a poetic way, because it's like not all of my ideas are like family friendly or something. But there's something about working with abstract and with paint and illustration that just really, I hope it is able to be seen by the viewer, and it makes you want to go up close and kind of see how that might have been made, or like how did he think of zebra patterns mixed with stars, mixed with all these drips and cobras and polka dots. It's kind of like a collage of all the different things that have influenced, and strawberries and dragons. So it may seem random, but in my mind and in my heart, it's all very, very much together, fully formed ideas that took years to kind of get to these different points. And I think this is definitely one of my best shows to date. And so, yeah, very thankful to have that here, and hope that people enjoy seeing all these different styles that I think can be seen as from one person for sure, even though it's different years. When I accepted the show, I didn't know that there'd be a new gallery that would be happening, or that my gallery was closing, Apple Art Gallery, and then Iceberg Gallery was beginning. So that's a brand new thing in Moncton. So that's exciting, but also moving out of my house, I knew I wanted to travel again. So I'll be going to Italy and France to do some major projects, and to really just see the things that I learned about in school firsthand. So things like Michelangelo's sculptures, and also the Monet Museum, the Monet Garden, the Matisse Museum. These are all like things that I've dreamed of, and now coming up, I just feel like I've had a house, and it was a huge, great thing to be able to accomplish that. I never thought I'd be able to do that as an artist. And then now I know that I can do it, but I want to go back to traveling and getting to see works in person. I think it's so important to see paintings in person. I think no matter how much technology advances, we're always going to want to see paintings by humans, and nothing will ever beat the context of art within a gallery. I think that's like the perfect marriage. Galleries and artists have always gone hand in hand, and so I can't wait to see some of these museums and just experience that, like the Galerie L'Orange Museum with Monet works, and to see those palettes in person. I think it's going to be really life-changing, and to see his garden. I became quite a gardener this past year, well, the past 4 years, and there's something so amazing about seeing the change through flowers season by season, and flowers really inspire me, especially my work. So yeah, it's going to be a really wild, exciting time, and I'm going to be sharing it on YouTube, and I think that everyone will be very excited to follow along. I know that there's going to be lots of twists and turns, and it's going to be so exciting.